Well, welcome to another episode. What are we on here? Number
14?
12,
What? No.
13.
Like 13 or 14?
It's not
I'm
14.
not even trying to count.
Definitely not 13.
I wouldn't say it was 14. I would say
Then
it's
it's
12.
Oh, the life of a stoner.
I would say 12. I'm going to guess 12.
I'm thinking 12 too.
That's my final answer.
I'm going to look right now.
I was going to do the same.
Oh, that's very interesting. Radio.
You guys,
What
we're gonna
episode are we
kill,
on?
10 minutes figuring out how many
Yeah.
episodes you've
What
listened
episode
to.
are we on?
That's real interesting stuff.
This
huh?
is number 13.
Well, if you
Oh,
got something
never
more
mind.
interesting,
Number 13.
13. That's what I was saying, 13
Yeah.
or 14. Boom.
All right. Well, lucky number 13. Here we go.
Oh, shit.
So,
Mhm.
what's going on, guys? How you guys been this week?
I don't know.
It's been a little
I'm
while.
all right.
Yeah. Oh, Rachel, you got to go
Mhm.
do a little traveling.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess. 24 hours. That's pretty there and back all the way to Nebraska. People from Nebraska are real nice. Real nice.
24 hours. So, like, you literally
I didn't
flew
even
over there,
Yeah.
went, did the deal,
Yeah,
turned
I
around, got
flew
back
out
on
of
plane
here
and
in the
flew back.
afternoon. I got there about 8 o'clock their time. Got to my hotel about 9. Went to bed. Called him. Took a shower. Got up the next morning. Interviewed. Went to the airport. Went to my hotel. Got my stuff. Went to the airport. Interviewed for another job and got back on the plane and flew home.
Damn.
2 planes. Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Just a wee bit.
Just a little bit. I was a little bit tired when I got back.
Oh, I can imagine.
That's a lot
And-
in 24 hours.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if it was 24. I mean, it was fast.
And how many time zones?
2.
2. Yeah. So you're
Yeah.
2-hour shift over 24 hours.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
kind of rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then her interview was
7:30 in the morning.
7:30 in the morning their
Their
time.
time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So like 5:30 for you.
5:30. Yeah, 5:30 for me.
Yeah.
Which is way, way, way early. I mean, can you imagine?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, and then I walked in. I didn't even know.
Kenny's over there like, I'm glad you were over on the other side of the country when they made you wake up that early.
Oh my God. That sucked. It totally sucked to get up that early. Well, and then I had to walk in and I didn't know how many people I was going to interview with. So when I walked in, there was like 4 people that stood up to shake my hand.
I had a whole panel there.
Yeah, to interview me. They all had questions. They all looked directly at me. It was very intense, but
Yeah.
it's kind of what's normal with the jobs I get into.
Right.
That's
I'm sure there's quite a bit of money on the line when, they're talking about stuff.
yeah.
In your line of work, you do something, you screw
Yeah.
up a
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
data entry, it could totally screw a
Mhm.
case up, or not a case, but a claim or whatever else. And so I'm
Well,
sure.
I usually make the company like over $1 million every year
Yeah.
in premium. So yeah, I make a lot of money for them. So I better be getting paid good money.
Right.
Yeah, and
Well-
that's just a new business.
Yeah, buddy.
I
Yeah.
know. It's kind of nice. That was my week. What about your guys's?
I kicked a bum out from in front of my place.
Your house?
Yeah.
Nice.
Went pulling up after work, and there's this fucking dude sleeping in front of my front gate. And it's like, fucking dude, you need to get the fuck out of here. Start getting pissy with me. It's like, motherfucker, I'm trying to get in my house. What the fuck?
And blocking your gate to get into your yard.
Yeah, I literally got to step over the guy to try to get in my fucking gate. And, I'm sitting there telling him, like, dude, you need to get on, get somewhere else, And start grumbling and griping and talking all kinds of shit. Like, fuck you, dude. Fuck out of here, Like, I don't give a fuck what you do. Just don't do it right here.
And they're so inconsiderate on shit. They think everything needs to be handed to them,
Oh, yeah.
Like, we got a couple around our office downtown, and the shit that those people do, man. They shit on our door.
What?
Oh, yeah. No.
Like they back up and shit on the door?
Yeah. Like it's a little like an indention where the door is,
Yeah.
and they'll go into the indention, put their butt cheeks on one corner, one on one corner, one on the other corner.
Spread them bitches out. And
Oh, no.
let it fly.
Well, it's not a turd, they're like sick people, so it's like all
Oh,
runny
God.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
Not like-
sometimes there'll be some logs in the alleyway behind us.
Oh Lord.
You're like, yes, easy cleanup.
Oh, I don't clean that shit up. I don't get paid enough for that.
I mean, you get paid too much for that.
Yeah, I'm overqualified, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. You're overqualified. They told me that when I applied for your place.
You were overqualified?
Yeah. Wow.
I swear to God, if those guys didn't have a product that sold itself,
Right?
yeah,
That's pretty amazing stuff.
come off
yeah.
as some not very intelligent people.
So.
How was your day, Burr?
My day? Oh, it was hot. Fucking a little bit productive. We got a little bit of work done on Nick's Jeep.
Nice. How about your work week?
My work week, same. Just hot. Fucking nothing too special. I don't want to bore you guys with details about my job, but nothing super exciting.
You'll bore us when we're off there, huh?
Right.
I'm talking to our listeners. I will bore the shit out of you guys with my stories, but our listeners don't want to fucking hear it.
That's all you guys are still, apparently, you're still looking for a parts person or office person, whatever you want to call it.
It's apparently I have to bitch about this new generation because we need a young person, an entry level person that isn't afraid to work, that isn't afraid to learn, that isn't afraid to put their fucking phone down for a little bit and remember that the boss is paying you for every minute that you're here. And it's the same thing that there's a fine line between somebody that's qualified for the job we need and overqualified to where they'd be better off just as a mechanic. We need them to know something, but if they know too much, then kind of like you're you guys aren't really paying me enough.
Yeah. So, well,
it sucks, but yes, we do definitely need at least one person. We need 2 or 3.
2 or 3?
Yeah.
In the office?
We need one dedicated to the office, and we need one that's more of a floater that will deliver parts, pick up parts, fucking empty the trash. But we need somebody in the office behind that desk all the time.
If the price was right, I'd be there.
We know, Kenny, that if the price was right, you would be.
That's the whole problem. The price ain't right.
Right.
He's ready. He's ready to be a stay-at-home dad. That's the thing. I mean, we have a certain amount of money that he's. I told him I have to make this amount of money, and then you can stay home. When I mean stay home, he means
he can be a kept
he
man.
needs to he still needs to do something.
Well, that's why we need to focus on this and get this shit going.
What do
Stay
you mean,
dedicated
get it
to
going?
it.
Clean the house. Man, if I'm gonna be the one to,
I would happily if I found
Make
somebody
me a
that was like
sandwich.
that. I was gonna say if I found someone like that, I'd happily be the fucking house
I know, why
husband or whatever.
not?
Like, bring it on.
Right?
I'll clean and mop and sweep and do
Make
dishes.
mommy your sandwich.
Make mommy your sandwich.
Hell
That's
yeah,
right.
what kind of sandwich do you want?
Exactly.
We got 4 kinds of meat here.
Right.
We just saw
three
that
of them are
video on
edible.
TikTok, remember?
Yeah.
I just showed him a video on TikTok of this. It was a sound, and it was the make mommy a sandwich sound.
Yeah.
And the guy said a certain amount of money. Well, my wife makes, I think it was like $130,000 a year. He says there's something about and then she's all,
isn't that amazing? He's like, yeah,
Yep.
she's all, make mama a sandwich. She's like, all right.
Yep.
I was all, do you see this right here? Yeah.
What kind of bread?
Yeah, exactly. I never thought it was going to be like that. I don't know. As a little girl, I imagined my life to be completely different than this. Like, not in a bad way. Like, things are good, but I didn't expect to be the one in this position.
Right.
Like,
yeah, you never know. Life throws weird shit at you
I
all
don't
the time.
know. What did you think? Do you think you were going to be a stay-at-home dad?
Oh, I prayed for it every day.
Did you? Oh.
I mean, truly, who really wants to work day in and day out?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't either. But
I honestly think it's too many work days. I mean,
oh yeah, definitely
five
too many
to
work days
2.
for
I mean,
sure.
at least 4 to 3. Be nice 4 to 4, but
Yeah, I could do a 4 on 4 off. I
I-
think that would be a good.
Even
Even 4
the
3.
schedule is
I could do 4
4
10
10-hour
and be all
days.
3 days.
I'd much
I'd be
rather work
happy with
4 10-hour days than 5 8-hour days.
For sure.
my friend
100%.
Ashley, the crime scene investigator, she works 4 10-hour days.
Yeah, that's nice.
So she has Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off, she loves it, which I don't blame her. That's
Oh
cool.
yeah.
You know?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday
that's
would work.
Yeah.
I think
a
that's
little
all
weird,
right.
but yeah.
I
Still.
mean, you still get Saturday night.
A
So-
lot happens on a Saturday.
That's just true.
It's a very
That's
busy
true.
night for
That could
her
be a
when it
very
comes to
busy night.
homicides.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. maybe that's why they do that, because it's like usually you're so fucking just like tired and over it by the end of your shift. You need that extra day in order to make it feel like you even got 2 days off.
Yeah, that's probably what it is too. And she's
Yeah.
been doing it for like 20 years, so she's been doing it for a freaking minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do kids say that anymore? Minute? Probably not.
Probably not.
That's right. I don't know what the slang words are anymore.
Right.
Right there with you.
I remember Wyatt came over and told me, be gassing on someone. You know?
That's
It's
old
like,
now.
well, yeah.
Doing what?
Gassing on somebody.
Gassing?
Yeah. It meant talking shit to somebody, talking shit about somebody. It was
Hmm.
like gassing somebody in
Like,
my days,
Yeah.
a little bit
we're
different.
gassing on you.
Wow.
You-
Okay.
You ever heard of a Dutch oven? That's
Yeah.
gassing on you, fool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You ever
Yeah.
heard of a elevator ride to hell?
No.
I can only imagine with you.
Well, I've actually, I one thing comes to mind when you say elevator ride to
Yeah, I
hell.
think Kenny's
Kenny has produced the elevator ride
forgotten
of
the
hell.
obvious.
Oh,
Elevator ride from hell.
Gassing
but
on somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
definitely gassed on somebody there.
You talked about that.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have, but
yeah,
it's
we
still.
have.
He
We
just
talked
forgot
about that.
Oh,
about
man.
the fact that he
But
lived
that's what he
that.
was talking about, was you.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah.
When we
Shit
talk about
happens
elevators and
sometimes.
that, exactly. That's we're talking about you.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like you take pride in it.
I do. I mean, that's really got to be saying. That's got to be a foot stamp on something, you know.
Dude, you know
I mean-
those girls remember him to this day.
They may not know who I am, but they definitely remember me.
Yeah, right?
I mean, you got to remember, my sister was at least 30 feet from where I farted,
Dude, yeah, no, she was like around the corner.
around the corner, through a door around the corner, and yelled at me if I farted.
Yeah, so props to those chicks, because they had to have smelled it before they got in that elevator, and we're just like down for it. Like, we're getting up to this
Oh my
That's-
fucking
that's a
club,
proud
no
moment.
matter what.
That was a proud moment. Wish I could have got it on tape. I'd be TikTok famous right now.
It'd be viral.
That would be
Go
great.
viral.
What would be even better is just to be in the elevator with them.
I don't
And
know
just-
about in the
Oh,
elevator.
fuck
with
no,
them,
dude,
but
you got to.
the
If you're
the
recording
camera
it,
ride
just a
on the
video.
way
If you're
up,
recording
I'd
it-
rather just a
Yeah.
video.
no, if you're recording it, you got to be in there with them, and you just got to sit there and be like recording, get yourself and get them in it, and just let it rip. Just watch their facial expressions change.
Yeah, I think I'd rather be the security camera.
But I mean, do you get out and go to the bathroom, or do you
No,
just
we
ride
could-
it back down and go back to the room?
I think I'd take the stairs. There's got to be another elevator or something that you can take.
Oh, there's only the one.
Nah,
There's got to be fire exit.
no, there's got to be
Oh,
another way.
I'm sure there is other access points, but
would
they're
find
not. They're
that
not
other-
accessible by just
I
public.
would make it accessible. And if a security guard tried to stop me, I would take him over to that elevator and I'd say, "Yeah, you go ahead and tell me you want to ride down that motherfucker for 50 floors."
It had to have been out of there by the time they got to the top.
No.
No.
I doubt
Where's it
that.
gonna
I don't-
go?
I don't think so.
And
no.
I still to this day, I pray that there were people waiting to go down when they came out of that elevator.
Okay, think about it. The only way that it was gone when they got to the top is if their fucking lungs filtered it all out.
All right.
Oh God.
Right?
there's
Isn't that
there's
horrible to think
ventilation.
about?
There's ventilation in those freaking elevators, dude.
What are you talking about?
There's ventilation.
I don't
It
think there's
lets-
that kind of
It
ventilation.
lets the air in and it lets the air out. Ventilation.
I think most of the ventilation's when the doors open and
Yeah,
close.
I think so.
I don't know about that one.
Maybe.
What?
Maybe a
Where
little-
would they put the ducting and all the fucking tubes and shit on something
No,
that
it's
goes
not
up and
ducted.
down?
It's just fans.
fans?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't think there's actual any active ducting. I think
I don't
it's
think
just
so.
what comes in and out as you're getting in and out of it.
Now he's gonna look it up.
Oh, yep. Here we
There
go.
we go.
Can
All
you
right,
try
folks.
this
Yeah.
up?
We're lugling it.
Who's got some money on this one?
We're lugling it.
All right,
Shit.
let's talk about something else while he looks that up.
Well, I guess over in Texas, I guess their droughts have dropped. I don't know where it was, but some lake, the levels have dropped down to a point where they found fucking dinosaur tracks that were imprinted in the rock or mud. I don't know. It had to be rock, but
Yeah, I was gonna say it couldn't be mud,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
but yeah, straight up fucking dinosaur tracks. They're dating them back so many billions of years. I can't remember exactly. I might have an article up for it.
That's interesting. We did have a lot of A lot of big
Dinosaur
here
news,
we go. He's got
yeah.
some-
Here we go.
I'll let Bird do it.
Oh, that's too funny.
It's an air conditioning unit.
Dinosaur track.
That would still be a
100
ventilation system.
that takes air from the inside of the elevator box,
Runs it
and
through a
runs
filter.
it through an AC system that makes it cold, and then pumps it back into the elevator box.
Still ventilating the air.
Ah,
I don't see anything here about a filter that takes out contaminants or smells.
it doesn't. How are they gonna do that while it's going up the side of the fucking building?
All I'm saying is it's moving the air in there. It's not just stagnant air in the freaking elevator.
No, it definitely moves when they open the door and the fucking people walk in and out.
Well, and that is going to move the air too, but it's just taking the air from in the box, putting it through an AC, and putting it back in the box.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
The picture you showed me, that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, and it's not. Besides that concentration level, I don't think that's going away anytime soon. I think that shit kind of penetrated the walls, stuck with it for a little while.
Right.
They might have had to shut that thing down for a cleaning.
Right.
Hazmat.
But yeah, dinosaur tracks from 113 million years ago discovered due to severe drought.
Oh, in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. And it's not just like a track. It's like
No,
a herd of tracks.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. They have been recently uncovered and discovered at different parts of the river in the park. This is Dinosaur Valley State Park in Texas. This was a dinosaur that would stand as an adult around 15 feet tall and weigh close to 7 tons.
The place it was found is already called Dinosaur Valley State Park,
Yeah, but no, that's pretty wild. I mean,
so it's known for that already.
well, I'm sure they probably found other like skeletons and shit over there.
Got to
You know.
got to have found something for it to have got that
Right.
name.
But yeah, it's pretty wild how it's like some good impressions. You know, these ain't no fucking Bigfoot things.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
What do you?
No, I mean, like, yeah, it could be dinosaur, but it could be something else too.
What could have done that?
I don't know. Something else.
A dragon?
Bigfoot out there with fake feet.
Yeah, that's right. Some big feet. So while people are checking out photos and shit.
Crazy.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. They found another dinosaur also. Apparently, it's one of the biggest skeletons that they have ever found. Yes.
Where at?
I don't know. I'm trying to back up and CNN's being a bitch. Let's see here.
So you
Dinosaur
came to
remains
class prepared.
in a Portuguese garden. Could be Europe's largest ever find.
In a garden?
In a garden. Yeah, look, I mean, fucking big ass rib cages.
That's crazy.
That's nuts.
You imagine having to have your property tore up because they found, dinosaur bones in your
Right.
backyard.
Yeah, they
That's
say
cool,
this
though.
thing's supposed to be like 90 feet long and 12 meters high. So what would that be, like 36 feet tall?
Yep.
Something like that.
Damn.
That's a big motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh,
36 feet is. You
What are you-
imagine standing in
what are you
front of
looking
that
up?
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to find something. I can see a whole bunch of stuff on the ventilation systems.
Are we
but-
still on
My
that?
God.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm
Wait,
not letting it
Oh
go.
my gosh.
What's he trying to find?
Okay,
The
dude.
ventilation
let it
system
go.
thing.
Oh, Jesus. Alright. Okay, how about this one? I know I'm kind of fucking blasting through these. 'Cause nobody seems to go too deep into the topics, but this one might get us a little into a good conversation. You've ever had dry aged beef? Or you ever
Dry
heard,
aged beef. I've
yeah,
heard
right,
of dry
you've
aged
heard
beef.
of dry aged beef?
I've
Yeah.
never had it, no.
Never had it. So, they were the bison that was discovered,
Mm-hmm.
and it was frozen, and they figured out that this thing was something like 55,000 years old.
Oh, wow.
Tell me, people.
Very, very well preserved. Well, this was back in '79, but the people that found this thing decided, you know what? Why don't we fucking see what this thing tastes like? They took a strip of meat off of, I think it was the neck area, and cooked it up. A piece of its neck. Yeah, sliced off a piece of its neck, cooked that shit up, and fucking passed it around the camp. Like,
What?
anybody want to eat some 55,000-year-old bison meat?
What happened?
The people ate it, and they said that
They're fine?
Yeah, no, they were fine.
I was hoping something
Had the
magical
had the
happened
shits
or
for
some
a
crazy.
year.
Look at,
I don't know.
let's
Like the
see
expiration
here.
date is like way.
Yeah, right here, the skeleton, skin, the muscles, all in near impeccable condition. Guthrie named it Blue Barbie, then sliced off a piece for culinary mission, or a
Wow.
culinary mission. He said, "You know what we can do?" He asked. "Host a dinner party, and with cooking the meat, I'll be tasked." So the Blue Babe neck steak served 8 with veggies and spices and lots of booze they ate. Years later, writing about the taste, Gertie said, when thawed, one would mistake the aroma for beef, not unpleasantly earthy, but once in the mouth, his wife, Mary Lee Guthrie, told podcasters from Gimlet it was worse than beef jerky. Which, I mean, beef jerky, pretty fucking good. I mean, it's tough, but it's
That's a
pretty good.
huge window. I've had some jerky that wasn't so good and some that was delicious.
Yeah, that's true. But, I mean,
And she said worse than beef jerky. Worse than the worst beef jerky?
they did eat it, though. And apparently they lived, because this person lived long enough to talk on a podcast from 1979 when this went down.
What'd they do with the rest of the meat?
I think it. Well, I want to say that's the bison right there. I want to say it's like been preserved or whatever and put into a museum exhibit, Alaska Museum of the North.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
but I mean, what the fuck? Who would be their first thought? I found this frozen fucking bull, bison, out in the middle of the tundra over in Alaska, wherever it was. Would your first thought be,
Hell no, Art.
I wanna
It would
eat
not
some
be
of
my
this thing.
first or second or third thought. No, fucking, I'm not that adventurous.
would you try it?
I might be that adventurous.
I might be that.
I kind of think I would.
Well, like, do you have other food to eat, or are you starving?
No, that's
Just
the
to
thing. They
try
cooked it up. They were like, he was like, "What are we gonna do?" He's like,
No,
"Well,
I know,
let's do
but
a
you're
dinner
telling
party."
us
And
you're asking Burr if he would try it.
yeah,
So I'm saying, what
saying,
situation are we in?
The same situation they were.
Yeah, no, I want to try it.
Like, you got other food to eat. There's no
I'll
risk
eat
of
the other food.
starvation. None of that kind
Would
of
you
shit.
eat that?
But
No,
you
I
got
wouldn't
this
eat that.
fucking
No, I didn't
like
think so.
super dry aged beef that's sitting there. And it's like, and then now the question is, do you go for that neck meat or do you go for something like the back, the back
Yeah.
strap or something like that?
No, not the backstrap, shank, or not a ham, actually.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, how far do you go? Where do you go?
Give me that ass.
Yeah.
It's like, carve out a ribeye real quick and see how that tastes.
Fuck that. I don't want to. I don't know, man. See, that's the thing. That's where I'm not that adventurous. I don't want to do I'm not picking the cut. I'm not cooking this thing. I'm not leading this party. But if I showed up and you got it on the grill and
What you cooking?
You
Just
know,
some fucking dry aged bison.
I got some drinks in me and I'm like, feeling adventurous. And
I have a question. Speaking about drinks in you,
Oh,
did
boy.
you eat a taco off of the table the other day?
On
At or
our
from
last
our
our
house?
last podcast.
Our last podcast. Did you eat a taco? There was a taco just left. One taco on the table. You're just known to eat random shit. Speaking of when you've been drinking, and you know how you ate that Lunchable,
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Ate
Okay.
a Lunchable.
Won't
Oh,
forget
that was
that.
when we were out the river, wasn't it?
Yeah, he ate Kenny's Lunchable, a 5-year-old's Lunchable. He was drunk.
What can I say?
There was a
Looked good.
taco missing from our table. We know the dogs didn't get to it because if the dogs would have got to it, it would have been a mess.
Well, there was like water glasses and stuff in front of it, so they would have knocked that
It would
over.
have been a mess. But the taco,
Maybe
done,
maybe
gone.
Thanos pulled
Well,
off
that's-
like
well,
some Mission Impossible.
No, well, that's
shit
what
and
we're
was like,
wondering is if Diesel didn't get all the way up on the table and then get it.
we can't figure it out.
But the
It's
plate wasn't like
craziest thing, yeah.
clean. It was like the taco was just missing. It,
was
it
just
had
the
to have been
taco.
Burr.
What was it? Homemade or store bought or
Store
It was
bought.
restaurant.
It's homemade or
No.
store bought.
no?
If it was store bought, no fucking way. If it was homemade, yeah, I might have ate it.
Well,
I think
because
if you,
look,
I think
I-
if you had
no.
to ask that question, you ate it.
Yeah, all right.
No.
It doesn't
So what-
matter if you ate
What
it
kind
or
of
not.
what kind of taco are we talking about here? Was this?
It's pretty good. You guys have had them before.
Yeah, they were good tacos.
You've ordered
I
tacos.
know.
Yeah,
No, it was your dog.
that's crazy. I
That's a
don't-
pretty skillful dog.
I'm
yeah,
telling you.
It wasn't me.
Well,
The
Wolfie,
next day, we just looked at each other like, "There's no way. There's no way." Like,
Oh, come on. I'd admit it if I ate it. It wasn't me.
it wasn't me.
But I seen
The
it on the
taco on the
counter.
counter wasn't me.
Then I ate it on the sofa.
Wasn't me.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
No, I had to think about it for a minute because a homie gave me a taco at work.
Are you sure you didn't dream that?
we
You
were so
actually
go-
ate a taco
No,
in here.
but I was pretty buzzed when we were here, so I had to think about it real hard. But yeah, I was.
Maybe
It
you
was
thought that
one.
was
When the hell do I ever eat one taco?
when there's
it-
only one taco
When
there.
there's only one
Exactly,
taco left on the
exactly.
plate.
And I'm having this
all there
memory in my
was.
mind right now of eating one taco because I was given one taco. And then you guys all of a sudden randomly start asking me, did you eat a taco off the table? And I'm like, I did eat one taco the other day. When the fuck
See?
when the fuck was that? No, that was at work.
Okay.
But you were buzzed when you ate it.
No, I was not buzzed at work.
You just said you were buzzed when you ate the taco.
I said I was buzzed when we recorded last week's episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real buzzed. So, anyways, back to the old 55,000-year-old meat. You wouldn't do a ribeye?
I told
No.
you I'm not fucking choosing this cut. I'm not cooking it.
But you'd eat a dry aged steak?
I'm just showing up to the party, being offered some 55,000
Okay,
year old.
okay, let's just say if that's the case. Like, there's a ribeye sitting there on the fucking grill, and somebody's like, hey, dude, this thing is from that 55,000-year-old cow sitting there.
I'll probably try a bite.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think I probably would too. I'd have to.
I wouldn't.
Even if it just looked like a regular steak. There's like nothing funky
Art,
about
come
it.
on. You know these two are
If-
not very
if you
adventurous.
told-
Who are
eaters.
you talking to?
If you told me what it was, yeah, no, I definitely
Oh,
wouldn't be
I wouldn't
eating it.
either.
But if you like didn't tell me what it was, I would probably try it.
Ooh, you know what?
But if you were like sitting next to the carcass, sitting there, and I knew how old it
what,
was,
what I just pulled out of
I'd be
this
like, no.
motherfucker.
Why are you guys choosing to sit around this thing and eat?
You know,
Right?
you know what I bet? It's been sitting 55,000 years, right? I bet you that meat went completely brown.
Huh?
It had to have, right?
Had to
You know,
have
when you dry age meat.
frostbitten like a mofo too.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. When you dry age meat, it oxidizes. It turns brown, right? So we could probably get away with serving him a medium rare 55,000-year-old steak because you wouldn't be
Because
able
it's
to
already
tell.
brown.
Yeah, it's already brown in the center.
That's
I
worth
think
a
we
try.
figured it out. We might have to figure out a way to get you to eat medium rare.
Are we going
Finally
exploring
figure
to
out what
find
you're
this
missing
or
on a
something?
steak. Hey, you never know if we happen to find a.
Just randomly
never know.
walking.
I tell
Yeah,
you what,
yeah, yeah.
I'll,
We're in
I'll
the
eat.
backyard.
I'll eat a medium rare steak
Well-
if you start eating greens.
I do. What?
What? Every time we order, no kind of vegetables on there.
Well, I eat lettuce, onions. I eat corn.
The only one of those that's green is lettuce, and lettuce isn't very nutritious.
There's green onion.
Talking about like peas, green beans.
I do peas in like a chow mein and soup and shit. Carrots and that, stew and celery and stew. And I eat a few more vegetables than you think. There's a few key ones that I absolutely won't, but
You don't know what you're missing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we try to tell you that about a lot of stuff. Too.
yeah, exactly.
I know you do, and that's why I bring that up.
No, but I gotta agree. Art has a lot of stuff that he won't eat that surprises. Like, yeah, but come on, man, that's good.
I'm not a fan of bell pepper.
Why
Yeah,
not?
I love bell pepper.
Yeah, bell pepper's good.
I don't know. Not a fan of them. Or even wax peppers.
Oh my
Nah.
God.
Can't do them.
I don't.
Rachel's closing her eyes over here,
I
imagining
love.
eating a jar full of wax peppers.
I love wax
She would,
peppers,
too.
and I would eat a whole jar.
Olives. Don't,
I actually want some right now. I'm gonna get some.
Now that it's been
I have
spoken
some
out loud.
in the house. Yeah.
can't do olives. I'm not a fan of olives.
Black
at
not a
all.
fan
olives
of
I can
olives.
do.
Black or green. I don't.
I can't do
yeah.
green.
Blech. Mushrooms. There's only one kind of mushrooms I'll eat.
Mm-hmm. No, I won't do mushrooms either.
Mushrooms are good for you.
Burr's a fun guy.
Yeah.
Like
Man,
my fungi.
I saw this deal about these mushrooms that I guess they only spore like once every 14 to 20 years. They let the spore off, but it gets on bugs. I think it's mainly the cicadas. I think it's how you say it.
Cicada. Yeah.
Cicadas. It's mainly those, and it gets in them, and it actually starts eating them from the inside out. But it takes their body over.
You're talking about cordyceps.
Like a Men in Black.
Kind of, sort of, dude. Because there will be straight up fucking bugs where like their whole body is gone. All's left is just
all
maybe the fucking
transformed
the head
into
and the
fungus.
fucking
Ernie
and the legs
suit?
left.
Or what's the guy's name?
Oh, the bug guy.
Yeah, what was the guy's name?
I don't remember, but yeah.
You guys remember
No,
what the guy's name was in Men in Black?
I don't.
Like
But-
Edgar or Ed something.
Yeah, Edgar.
Is it Edgar?
Got an Edgar suit?
Could maybe.
That doesn't seem right.
He doesn't know movies.
Yeah, I'm not too.
You don't
big on
know that?
shit. No,
He
You
doesn't-
you haven't heard of that, Art?
I've heard of it, but I just don't know who the fuck it is or the name. But no, these bugs, man, they fucking like this mold literally takes them over and makes them walk around. I don't think it's the same one.
Dude, it's cordyceps mushrooms.
I don't think it's the same one.
Okay.
Does that one take them and turn them gay?
It makes them want to climb to the top of the
That's-
plant.
Very fucking Pacific.
this was
Where did what now?
that was one of the things that they were talking about on this thing because it started off as being zombie bugs. I'm like, well, this is fucking cool. Yeah, they're dead, half-eaten looking bugs and they're walking around and shit. And no wings, but still trying to fly, all that kind of bullshit. And then near the end of this thing, they said one of the things that it does with the cicadas is it'll actually fucking make the males act like a female. And it'll go up to a spot and it'll do the whole like mating ritual thing or whatever and cause males to come over and try to mate with it in order for the spores to get spread onto other fucking deals. So they're saying like
Why would it say that's gay? What would that say? Transgender?
maybe, yeah, I guess.
I'm just
well,
saying.
we don't know if the cicada is identifying as a female.
No.
It could still be identifying as a male and just telling the other males to come get some. And the other ones are like,
Cross-dresser.
yeah, maybe,
Cross-dresser.
maybe, yeah.
There's
Wait,
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, they classify it as an STD for the cicadas.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Put a fungi on you, and now all of a sudden, huh?
you become a fun guy. So,
Why was
Why-
it?
Yeah, what the fuck? Why is everybody looking at me?
Thought you had a subject.
yeah, I thought you had something to talk about.
Oh.
I thought you were gonna say something a second ago.
I
Alright.
kind of want to talk about fucking.
Oh, here
You know
we
what really
go.
grinds my gears?
Here we go.
You just let him go ahead, Burr.
We should have we
So
should have
fast.
like the birds rant moment,
No, we should
Ranting
fucking
with birds.
act like I just talked about what I want to talk about. And move on to the next person because
Do
You-
it.
you-
Talk.
you asked
what-
me what I want to talk about, and then immediately this is gonna go on a rant.
Oh,
I want to hear it. Go ahead.
No,
This
hear what
guy-
Art had to talk about.
This guy doesn't know what.
Art's been talking too long. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to pass the torch
You
here.
didn't even talk about the subject that you said you wanted to talk about before we went on the air.
Well, that was just one, but I've already gone through like fucking 12.
Oh God.
We're a train wreck.
So
Anybody else? Yeah. I mean,
we had to go out of town this morning to pick up somebody.
Oh yeah,
The freaking people on the highways in California just drive me.
they don't know how to
nuts.
drive.
Drive me nuts.
well, you're on the road a lot in your job.
Yeah, I see every type of moron there is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I saw a ban in Visalia. I had to drive Visalia yesterday over there on 198 on the on ramp facing the fucking dirt, the embankment.
Oh, good times.
Yeah, right damn near at the freeway. It's almost like they got to the freeway and freaked the fuck out, hit the e-brakes and fucking turned it towards the embankment. They're sitting there. There's no other car around them.
So this is it. This is where I stop.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's like, and ain't nobody else going by either. They were sitting sideways, like literally pointing towards the fucking embankment of the highway. But yeah, and like I said, no other car around them. Nothing.
These people, like, they're in such a hurry to get somewhere. Like, they don't care about anything but other than getting it in front of the car that's in front of them.
Yeah.
And they play that game the whole fucking time, man.
See a lot of that.
And it's like, I'm already doing 75, 80 on the cruise control. And the truck we're driving it's called dynamic braking. and it's like a live feed for the cruise control. So if somebody, I put it on, I'm saying I'm willing to go 80. I set it on 80, and then it'll stay 3 car lengths off of the person in front of me.
Yeah, it'll slow down.
And so if they're at 65, it'll slow me down to 65. When they get out of my way, it'll tootle up to whatever the next car is, or it'll go to my set speed. And these people come flying in, cut me off, man. Like 10 miles down the freaking highway, they're in the center lane, tootling along, and I'm passing them. I was like, what was the whole point of doing all of that? Like, you almost wrecked out 3 vehicles to get in front of somebody to get passed up again. Just stick the lane and stick the speed, you know? Like,
or the ones where, same deal, I'll set my shit, 75, 80 sometimes, depending or whatever. And you're going along, and these guys are doing like 5 mile an hour slower than you, and you start to go past them, and you're literally on your cruise control. And then all of a sudden they pick up, and they start sitting there right at your rear quarter panel.
Yeah, fuck that.
Shit bugs me more than anything
Do
else,
not fucking
man.
sit
It's
right there
like,
and
what
pace
the
me.
fuck? Why? And it's like, you were just fine before I came along doing your fucking 70 miles an hour. And why the hell do you all of a sudden want to go 80, the same speed I'm going, and sit there and sit at my rear quarter panel right damn near my blind spot? Like, get the fuck away from me.
oh yeah.
You were making me laugh today because every time somebody would get close to get in front of us, he'd speed the fuck up hella fast and fucking cut him off. Like, fuck you, you're not getting in my way.
You're not
And it was
getting
it was
me.
funny.
Art, do you remember when we worked for that storage company?
Yeah.
And we were going to Bakersfield, and that guy was fucking with us? Was it you with me?
Yeah, they had when we fucking did the
We were-
old rolling roadblock.
Yes. Oh, that was the best time ever. So me and Art are driving down the highway, and I'm in one vehicle, he's in another vehicle, and we were playing back and forth, who's faster, yada yada yada. Art ended up, I think, getting in front of me.
Yeah.
No, you were behind me, and the guy came up on your ass.
I can't remember how it went. I just remember that I think you were in the fast lane, I was in the middle lane, he was sitting behind you, and I was sitting like kind of at your rear quarter panel, but I had the trailer, so it was a little bit extra long, and so I basically just made a box for this dude to sit in.
He was so pissed off trying to get around us, and we kept blocking him. It went on for 30 or 40 minutes. We were fucking with this dude. Like,
probably.
if he wouldn't have been fucking driving like an asshole like we were, we probably let him go by. But it was so fun to fuck with him.
God, I'd be so pissed. Oh, if I was
Oh,
that
I'm
guy.
sure.
Oh,
I'm
and
sure
we're
he
in these
was.
little-
I'd have been crying at that point.
We're
Like,
in
I'd be
these
so
little
mad.
piece of shit Toyota pickups, it's not like we're in anything that's got any balls or anything, so
Yeah.
You really had to work.
Oh
work
yeah,
it.
yeah. No, we got lucky. That's the way we were doing it too.
Oh,
it's like he
yeah.
tried to slow down to get back, past us or whatever. It's easy for us to slow down, and with the way I had it set up, even if he tried to speed up, there ain't shit he's gonna do because we're both in trucks that are slow as fuck. So we're both gonna accelerate at pretty much the same rate, no matter what. And so we just kept us a nice little box going for probably about, like you said, about 30 miles or so.
It was
my
great.
gosh.
It was so much fun.
You guys realize how much less safe you made the road that day?
Oh yeah, but just to fuck with an asshole. You know how much glory I got out of that. I deal with constant. I'm on the road damn near all the time with what I do, and
Also,
I see the most
road's full of assholes, so let's add to it, huh?
stupid as shit. Well, I mean,
If
you can
only
only
everybody drive like me.
No, I wouldn't say drives like me, but at least have some common sense.
You know what would fucking
Yeah.
make my driving so much less stressful is if people that are not going as fast as the rest of the traffic get the fuck out of the fast lane.
Oh yeah, that too.
Mm-hmm.
That would be huge.
I
for
think
me.
if you're going to drive the speed limit, you stick it in the slow lane.
Yeah.
If you're going to do 5 miles an hour over, you stick it in the center. If you're going to do 10, you stick it in the fast.
Yeah.
Like today, where we were going, dude. There was a chick driving a 4-door Dodge long bed with probably a 16-foot double axle trailer enclosed in the fast lane.
No, what the
In
Yeah.
the fast lane,
Not supposed to be there no matter what.
nobody in the center lane, nobody in the slow lane, and she is 2 feet off this chick's ass in front of her.
What the fuck?
And
Yeah, she was going pretty
doing
fast.
like 70,
Yeah.
75. And it's like, I told Rachel, I was like, all it's going to take is a tire be getting blown. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's just stupidity right there.
and I think it was a 1500, probably Trailer was probably overweighted for the freaking truck. It had bounce houses stickers all the way around it. So it was full of those bounce houses. But just smart people,
And when that wreck happens, it's going to be dangerous for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, for
people are going
sure.
to get hurt. The road's going to get, blocked off for quite a damn while.
I guess a chicken trailer wrecked not too long ago over on 41, like the other day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, with live chickens on it.
So here's the thing. If you're 18 in California, you can just go to the DMV and take a written test and then a driving test and just get your license.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking retarded. People need to go to driver's ed and driver's training and learn some fucking rules of the road, and and
Yeah.
the CHP needs to enforce them and fucking get out there and let people know that no, you can't just drive around like a fucking asshole.
But you do a driving test at the DMV.
Yeah.
Your driving test. And
Right.
as long as you pass that test, you're good.
Right.
Right.
What about driver's training?
I know. Okay, here's the thing.
once you turn 18?
I had
yeah,
a
you
little
don't-
bit of
you
driver's
don't have
training,
them.
but not that much. I passed both the written test and at that time I was 18 and I had to do both. Well, no, it's because I got my permit first. So I did the written test, got my permit, and I got the driving test when I was 18.
But you did driver's ed to get your permit.
No, I didn't.
No?
No,
Well, how old were you when you got your permit?
15.
And you got it without doing driver's ed.
Yeah.
I want to
Yes.
say I did too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I
It
wanna
was
say
so
at-
different back
at
then.
16, I got my permit.
I
without
never had a permit. I got a license.
Kenny, you don't count. You weren't in California.
Fine.
I didn't have to. No.
We'll just go back over here and sit down. Fuck.
Okay.
Take my ball and go home.
Because I
Right.
never. The reason why I know that is because I started doing driver's training, and the ones that actually had the little box things in the classroom with the steering wheel and stuff, and there was a big screen where you were
I
That's
never,
driver's ed.
okay. But listen,
never did.
I'm
any
not
of
done
that.
talking. So I did a little bit of that, but I never finished it. I never finished any of it. I left the school. I moved to a different. I moved all the time growing up, being a military family. So I never finished that class, and I still got my permit at 15. So I'm just saying that's how I got it, and I never passed that class.
For a lot of people, it's the lack of it is very apparent, and it's fucking up our traffic.
Well,
Okay.
they let people fucking pass with a C average, and it's 70%. We're passing on the driver's training thing.
And then think about all the stuff they're not going over. You know, when they
It should be higher than that. They should get like 85% or 90%, something a lot higher than 70% for, you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, especially when driving is as dangerous as it is, and it's such a necessity to most people's day-to-day life.
Yeah. 70%. I mean, that's
Oh
pretty
my
good.
God, Art.
Right.
Mm.
That's a C. That's
And a C, so a C is pretty good to you. So if I go get you a grade C steak and cook it up and serve it to you, you're gonna be like, "That was pretty good steak."
depends on how it was cooked.
Art, a C.
That's just like, dude, your cousin, I believe it is. Is he your cousin, Jason, right? Your cousin?
No, my brother-in-law.
His brother-in-law.
What? Did you know that his wife was his sister?
Nah. Well, yeah.
He didn't
Did
do that
you-
math
Yeah,
before.
yeah,
Okay, I was
exactly.
just
I
wondering.
didn't do the
I'm
math.
so
yeah.
confused by it now. Go ahead.
Right?
Anyways.
Yeah, I'm
But-
thinking of my cousins. I'm like, who's he talking about?
Anyways, he put something up about like a dull tool or the wrong tool never worked. I can't remember exactly what the whole thing was. It was some quote on Facebook, but I put even a butter knife can be made razor sharp with the right tools.
I don't think I caught that.
No,
No, I'll go back and look at it. But yeah, a lot of things go over his head.
but anyways,
Anyway,
because the old $1.3 billion lotto winner
that didn't.
still hasn't claimed that shit.
Where is
Yeah.
it at?
I think it was
Back east somewhere.
Chicago. I think there was somebody in Chicago that won it supposedly.
They probably can't find their ticket, like me. It'd be something that I would do. Right?
Well,
Can you imagine?
Like, I'm just saying.
If I had won that
If
kind of
that's
money,
the
there'd be a
thing.
lot of things I'd want to get in line.
And that made sense when
And
we were
maybe
kind of
that's what
talking
it
about
is
it earlier.
too,
Like maybe
yeah.
they're just getting a lawyer and getting all their shit lined
Yeah.
up and getting shit fucking straight. 'Cause that is a pretty big amount of money to take on. So if you guys want it, would you take the lump sum or would
Yep.
you do the yearly?
Lump sum.
Lump sum. I watched the
Really?
TikTok on that. Yeah, lump sum for sure.
I don't think I
Lump sum.
would. I think I'd take the yearly payment.
Lump sum.
But you get paid every month, right? Or is it an annual payment?
I think it's like a monthly payment.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'd do lump sum.
You lose so much.
What do you mean you lose so much?
Got enough though.
You mean the taxes? Is that what you're talking about?
Okay,
No, they
if you
actually-
take the lump sum,
Mm-hmm.
then your prize gets cut like in half.
Yeah.
Not quite in half, but yeah, like
But
60%
pretty-
or something.
pretty damn
Yeah,
close
they,
to half.
They cut
Okay.
a gnarly
And
portion.
then you still get like 40% taxes taken
Government
off of that.
taxes.
I would still do lump sum.
So you're essentially losing like 70% of the money, 60% of the money.
No,
Yeah.
you're not losing no 60 or 70%.
Bullshit. Dude, if they're taking, let's just say let's just say 40%, right? So there's 40% of the money overall is gone. Boom. And then from that, they take another 40%. You are down 60% from the original sum.
Yeah, I
What
don't-
you actually get, I bet you would be close to about 60%. This is just right off the top of my, without trying to do any kind of real math with it. But
Well, maybe you're right. Well, I'll eventually look it up and fucking check it out. But taxes are going to be different in different states.
yeah, but at any rate, it's like I'd rather get that monthly check and know that I'm going to be set for the next fucking 30 years.
You wouldn't know that you could be set for the next 30 years if they just gave you millions and millions or billions of dollars, $1 billion.
That's a lot of cocaine and hookers.
If you do that much cocaine and hookers that quick, you're going to die anyway.
But no, I don't know, man. I just think it would just be nice knowing that, like, I'd have this monthly budget of, fuck.
Yeah,
You
basically what I'm hearing is that you don't trust yourself to budget
don't.
with that kind of money.
I really don't. I'd do some pretty dumb shit.
Well, then I guess you probably got a good idea then, a good decision.
Yeah. I'd go and, like, try to buy Epstein Island or something, you know?
Epstein Island.
Hey, it'd be fun to buy.
So
Okay.
I just saw something about one of his people, was it like his protege or something, being woke up
He-
dead.
Yeah, the protege.
Entourage, I don't know, man. I don't remember
Entourage.
exactly who, but I remember reading that, it was very convenient and mysterious that Epstein's buddy just woke up dead.
Woke up. How did he
Are you
wake up
checking the
dead?
bottle off, or what the fuck you doing over there?
It looked like it was going to freeze if I opened it without warming it up just a little bit.
Making love to it, getting it all
As a
warmed up.
Dude, that sucks when you open a beer and the oxygen just freezes that motherfucker, and then you're slurping on a beer slushy.
Slurping on it.
yeah, we only had 4 of them, so
Yeah,
figured,
there
fuck
you go. I
it.
guess that worked out nice.
One each.
That was a lot of alcohol this last time around. So I
Yeah.
woke up the next morning, right? Fine. Completely okay. Fucking afternoon, I was fucking hit me. I needed to sleep. I needed
Yeah.
a nap.
Yeah,
That's how
I
I
didn't-
felt. But I felt fine.
I didn't feel terrible. I felt a little sluggish overall, but I wasn't like hungover. I wouldn't have called it a hangover at all.
No throwing up, no nothing like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt pretty good.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
We're getting older, learning, you know?
I don't go overboard every time I drink, contrary to some popular belief.
No, there's been a couple times where I've seen you had a beer and that's it.
When there's only a beer or two to have.
Yeah.
Right, like tonight.
And many other times.
Kind of like I'd only eat one taco if there was one taco on the table.
If we're camping, there's a good chance I'm gonna fucking go overboard.
I'd say there's like a 200% chance
Mo-
when you're camping.
I just got to remember next time we
yeah.
go camping, I got to get whatever I get Kenny, I got to get you one of two.
You got to double up on whatever you're gonna
And
buy,
then
Kenny,
that way, you know,
just in case Burr attacks.
I'm just saying.
Fuck you are, but I'm gonna eat you too.
You don't have to worry about bears or wild animals. You got to worry about birds.
So just know you're going to be eating like Crustable sandwiches, those little peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
I don't think I've ever had an
As long as
Uncrustable.
it's
Those are good.
I know I
food,
hear, trust me,
it's
I hear
edible
everybody
and
says it's great.
you know, can soak up a little bit of alcohol at 3:00 in the morning when everybody else has gone to bed and there's
No, I'm
Nothing
sorry. We weren't.
prepared
None
to
of
eat.
us were sleeping. Well, maybe
Oh.
Kenny was probably sleeping.
gone to bed.
Sound
Fucking
like you're making love to Bigfoot in your tent.
So you guys that
are
are out
obviously
there
doesn't
listening to
remember the weekend because I wasn't in a tent.
Well,
Burr had
wherever
some
the fuck
ants
you
in
were.
his sleeping bag,
pants.
and it took him a little bit over an hour to figure out what to do to get him out.
What?
You remember him beating the shit out of that thing
No, I didn't even know that. No.
when we were camping?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All that noise that he was
I
making.
want to
Was that
say you were
reason
like
why?
Yeah.
you're
Okay.
right on a path. I want to say of ants.
I guarantee it wasn't even a half hour.
It felt like 4 hours. That's why I said
Nah,
that's,
it wasn't
that-
no 4 hours. I want to say it might have been between like a half hour, 45 minutes, something like that. You were down there for a minute, then it was like, yeah, no, it could have been closer to like 10 or 15 minutes. Now that I think about it,
Nah, it was longer.
I don't think
it
it
was
was.
longer than that.
You think it was longer?
Oh, it was
than that?
longer than that.
So what was I doing out there for that 40 minutes?
Well,
I had a sleeping bag
I don't know what you were doing. All I could do is hear what you were doing.
that I had to knock some ants off of. I had a yoga mat that I had to knock some ants off of, and I had a tarp.
Yeah.
So if
I don't think you didn't move the tarp, right?
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
No, he did everything inside the Jeep first, and then he proceeded to open the doors and do it again, and then he took everything outside and did it on the ground.
Wait.
What?
You took
I don't know
you took
what
an
the
ant-covered sleeping bag and yoga mat into the Jeep?
No. I don't know what
Or-
the fuck Kenny's talking about.
You were
Did you
you
start
were
off-
in the Jeep wrestling around for the longest fucking time, making all kinds of noise before you started batting all the shit outside of it.
Yeah, because the Jeep was full of
That's what I'm talking
camping
about.
stuff that, had
That
to be
is what
taken
I am
out.
talking about.
All right.
Anyways.
Yeah. Anywho.
Anyways. So what was your subject, Burr?
Yeah. What did you want to talk about?
Schools and how they don't work.
Schools and how they don't work.
Like as far as what though?
Educating the students and getting them ready for real life.
I think we've kind of talked a little bit about this before.
Yeah, I thought so.
But we brought up yes, but go ahead. Let's see.
Well,
No,
The-
go ahead.
you look around, look at the fucking, the examples of the fine citizens we have here in our city. Schools are their motivation. Public schools motivation, is about money and about getting these kids through. No child left behind, right? Well, okay. So, what were we just talking about the schools not being able to? The kids can't wake up that early, so we just knock some time off.
Yeah, the high school kids Kenny, our 5-year-old's going to school at 7:50 in the morning, which, okay, that's good. The high school kids are going to 8:30 because they can't get up for school.
And so when they
8:30.
can't pass their tests,
Yeah, they changed it this
And
year.
I heard something about that where they were going to try to change it to like 9 o'clock or something because
That's why they changed it to a later time.
Yeah, well, they were saying that when kids get up in the morning, even like just say if you said it, kids got to be at school 8 o'clock, but when they get up at 6 or 7 in the morning and they're ready to get ready for school and all that, that even when they get to school, their brain is still kind of in sleep mode until around 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. And so they don't really perform very well during that first hour of school. And
I
so
can
the
relate
thought
to that.
behind it was to end up taking and let's just move school starting back a little bit. That way these guys can get up and, in theory, they're supposed to still get up around the same time, but be more awake and ready to go. And by the time they get to school at 8:30, 9 o'clock, they're fully awake, alert, and ready to learn.
Right.
I tried that excuse my whole freaking high school years, and
Did you really like that, though?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I hated. I'm not a morning person.
Yeah, I know.
I
you're
hate
not.
getting up in the morning. Like I'd rather
Yeah.
sleep all fucking day. That's for damn sure.
I don't know.
So then they do the same thing academically when students can't, pass the tests. Instead of getting the teachers to teach better or, doing something about the teaching methods and educating these students better, we just lower the benchmark on the tests. And, oh, look, now they're passing. Oh, amazing. And now we can give them a diploma and send them out into the world. Are their jobs going to do that for them? The military does kind of do that for them because, a lot of the standards in the military have been brought down because our current crop of people can't meet those standards.
Well, it's just like that saying that goes around.
That goes around?
The one that
That
how
saying.
does it go?
Sorry.
That's a good saying.
Haven't you heard?
You haven't heard about this?
Haven't heard about this one?
Well, no, I want to say it right.
He doesn't want to say it right.
Hard times create hard men or tough men. Tough men create good times. Good times create soft men. Soft men create hard times.
Yes. You
Hard
got it
times
right.
create tough men.
Yes.
And so the cycle continues. And so maybe we're just in that cycle of the soft.
Yeah,
men,
well, that's what I mean
and
about us de-evolving.
it's-
We've reached our peak because,
But fuck, I mean, you got to kind of, technology's got a little bit to fault to that too.
fault to that?
Yeah.
No.
Well, 100%.
Okay. You want to elaborate?
Well, just like our CNC conversation. You can take a person today, let's just say somebody that has never touched a CNC machine in their life, right? Let's just say, an average 18-year-old kid from high school. And you put them in front of a CNC machine from, I'm just going to say just for the, say your era. Let's just go fucking like first gen CNC where you got to write the code for it. You got to do the G code and all that shit, right? And then you put them next to the current state of the art, fucking like the ones that I've been sending you videos of and shit that are basically damn near do everything themselves. Without telling them a damn thing about either one, I can bet you, I'm not saying that they'll get very far, but they will get further on that one that's automated than they would on the one that's fucking just straight raw. So technology has essentially made it easier to do more complex tasks, therefore requiring less education, which in a sense makes everybody a little bit dumber because the machines are making up for it.
That's not a built-in thing, and to say that technology is causing that. Built-in stuff within people is what's causing that because it's not equally spread out. A lot of this technology has given smart people the ability to fucking, Elon Musk and a lot of the shit that the technology is there and they have these brilliant minds, and so they're able to use the technology in a way that they, make things that other people can't even fucking imagine. So it's not the technology's fault. It's the people that are not living up to it. It's the people that are fucking have no fucking interest in becoming less ignorant. I can't tell how many times I've seen it. People are ignorant as fuck and just seem proud of it.
You know what that's called, right?
What's it called?
Blissfully ignorant.
Yeah, right. So it's a crime to not send your fucking kids to school.
I think it's a crime not to educate them.
No, I agree.
I don't know about
it's
sending them to
literally a crime. Like you're breaking the law if you don't have.
school. Oh, well, yeah.
That's what I mean about a crime.
Okay, yeah.
All right. I have to send my kid to this fucking institution.
Not necessarily though. You can homeschool.
And now it's becoming more popular. There's a lot of options coming up that are new and not so popular when we were in school. But the fucking the teachers are on unions where they don't have to fucking do their job.
I'm just waiting. No, go ahead.
And my economics teacher, who you would expect to teach you how to do taxes, fill out a loan, do important shit that is going to help you, make smart economic decisions in your adult life.
I think we talked about this one time. Yeah, like those kind of classes are, yeah.
She didn't teach us shit.
Really?
She didn't teach us a fucking
Yeah,
thing.
that's too bad.
She would, you get a book, and she would say, do the assignment on this page of the book. And if, you do the assignment, you turn it in, you get a good grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's that teacher though.
Yeah.
And she was protected by a union.
You're okay.
I had to pass
protect
that
her.
class to graduate.
Yeah, well, I mean, protect her or not, you got a fucking shitty teacher.
Yeah.
Not everybody was like that though. So I mean,
Too many.
I get what you're saying, where you're coming from, but it is kind of a roll of the dice. And at that point, like, you should have said something to somebody, see if you can get it to a different teacher.
No, there wasn't another teacher available. She's the only economics teacher. This is the class you take, or
Then
you
don't waste your time and take a different class.
You'll get
And then
through
you
it
don't
and fucking
graduate.
be done with it.
You have to pass this class, or you don't graduate. So you guys are going to force me to go to this school for 12 years, but not give me a path to learn the stuff that I need to be able to learn to graduate.
For the most part.
Okay, so I'm kind of like half and half. So I really think that education's important, right? No matter how you do it, homeschool or go to school, whatever. It depends on what your situation is, right? Private school. But I also agree that you need to have classes that prepare you for being an adult. Like classes that teach you about how to balance your checkbook, which I know a lot of people don't balance checkbooks anymore, but how to apply for a home loan.
Teacher needs to teach
or
that class.
things like that are important for kids to. Honestly, I think home economics is super important. How to fucking scramble eggs, how to feed your damn self.
Thank you.
All that is so
That's
important.
the stuff that I'm
yeah,
talking about.
I
They
agree.
need to bring that shit back, man. Our schools
I
don't
know,
do that.
Nowadays, though, we got TikTok.
Oh,
There's
cool.
plenty of crazy
You
ass
can
fucking
Pinterest
recipes.
There's an
on-
actually-
Oh yeah, you can Pinterest in it.
Cool. That's going to help you when things get tough and you have to know some skills, huh?
They got all kinds of recipes on
No,
there.
there's an old man like our dad's age, and he actually teaches like real life stuff, like how to tie a tie, for example,
a
like
school?
Right. I mean, no, you're talking like real life.
real
stuff.
life shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel you.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, these people that are growing up and becoming adults, and they're going to school, and the school's not teaching them hardly anything. that's gonna
Except in like Kenny's situation, he's kindergarten, so he needs to know like the basics right now.
Yeah.
That's a different story.
A lot of kindergartners are getting what they need.
Like the letters and stuff. Like he came home and showed us like the V is a volcano. If you take a V and turn it upside down, it's volcano. V for volcano. And so I was like, "Ooh, that was actually smart. I love the way you learned that." Yeah.
I think what they teach in kindergarten is pretty much on point for what it should be. And then for the next, probably, first and second grade. And then after that, I think they waste a lot of fucking time. Where we could students could learn so much more if they quit wasting time and fucking got busy.
What are they wasting time on?
Times tables. Do you remember those fucking, you would get 100 of the equations and you had to just sit there and fucking work out those equations?
Multiplication tables?
You'd start
Or
with
whatever.
addition, then you would move to subtraction, then you would do multiplication, but it's all on a grid. It's just like 100 equations.
Okay.
That you guys didn't do those?
Don't remember
Doesn't-
nothing like that.
But I think it's important to know multiplication.
But
though.
yeah, I was gonna say. I
Knowing
mean,
multiplication.
yeah.
All this was fucking for was to get you quick at doing arithmetic. I fucking excelled at math theory. Okay, when I was in junior high, I was like a senior level in math concepts. But in arithmetic, I'm fucking probably like a, sixth grader. It takes me a longer time to work out equations than it does most people that know as much about math as I do.
So you're so in saying that, I feel like I heard my dad's voice when I said that. Right? Did you hear that? What you're saying is your situation was different because of the way you learned.
Yep. And
There we go.
And they try
Okay.
to fucking teach
So there
the
it
kids
is.
all the same. And instead of looking at, hey, the results
Agree
from this
with you.
kid,
Agree with you. Yes.
Yeah.
we need
But
to
here's the thing: were your parents proactive? Did you tell your parents this?
no.
But there are special programs
I didn't-
now.
At
Listen,
that time, I didn't even understand
but listen,
what was wrong.
there's special programs. They're called IEP that help kids who need a special learning situation. They tailor it to how you're going to learn and how it's going to benefit you. So when we went to school, they didn't have shit like that.
Yeah, they did. My brother was in it.
Okay, well then you probably needed something too. So I think that's why your situation with school. I agree with you that they do need to prepare you for shit, because I totally agree with you.
Whoever made those decisions to decide what kids need what didn't do anything about me.
Right. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
And
makes sense.
and I
Well, that's
Yeah.
did a lot of wasted time
you,
doing those sheets.
Did you ever go talk to your school counselor?
I fucking have it. That dude. That. What do you know about school counselor in 4th grade? I don't think we had one. I don't know anything
I
about.
think the problem was his parents.
Yeah,
100%. I'm sorry. That's whoever you were with at that time. That's who should have been like your advocate, because like we're Kenny's advocate. We know what he knows, what he doesn't know, what he's struggling with. We're going to be so in tune with
No,
that.
you don't understand. I didn't have any idea about what was wrong with this at the time. I thought it was just school, and I suck at school. I didn't have I have no reason to go speak to an advocate, because there's other kids at school that also suck at school. I guess that's just where I fit in.
Well,
That's
the
interesting.
best way I could sum it up is you were a product of the time,
Yeah, that's
which
for sure.
stuff has arguably gotten different and made better, just from your example.
Yeah.
But at that time, yeah, no, very well. Could just be, you're a fucking product of the time where they just didn't either have that type of knowledge available to them or just didn't give a shit. And
That's why parents like us are
Yeah.
like at our age and having kids, we're proactive because we experience stuff like that too. I was just a good student, so they just passed by me.
I wasn't even a good
You know what I mean?
student.
I didn't. I was. I got good grades, and they didn't have to worry about me. So I don't even think they knew my name. As long as I got good grades, that's all they cared about. So I mean, my situation was a little bit different.
As long as I didn't have F's, that's all that mattered.
Yeah,
So
it was different for me.
then when you see students that are struggling with these fucking subjects that don't mean anything to 90% of the jobs out there, instead of just keeping those students in those classes that they fucking suck at and continue to fucking fail at, and pulling them out and saying, hey, man, most likely you're probably going to end up in this kind of job in life. So let's start you on a,
Do you think that's pretty harsh?
at 4th grade,
yeah, a lot of reality.
Look, you're
is
going to be
that-
nothing but a dirty construction worker. So just go over here and
Yeah.
do PE and don't worry about the rest.
yeah,
And I
just
don't know, like school
start
kind of
doing
like
push-ups,
You
bud.
need to get used to being out in the sun.
school kind of prepares you like
I'm
with
not
social
saying to start
aspect of
doing
it,
that.
right?
I'm not saying take them out of school.
Well, I know. I'm just saying.
I'm
just
saying put them in different classes.
See this right here? This is a hammer.
Now we got our different types of hammers.
Look, guys,
Over here we got our 5-ouncer.
This here's the framing hammer.
I probably took 25, 30, 35 classes all through high school, and the fucking 4 or 5 or 6 fucking shop classes helped me with more in life than any of those other
Yeah,
fucking classes.
but also I bet you
That's-
those 4
yeah, that's you,
classes were
though.
the 4 classes that you were really interested in.
Yeah,
And that's
see,
what it
the-
really comes down to. Because
Yeah.
if you're not interested in it,
It's gonna seem useless to
you're
you.
and you're going to get so lost in the system. Because I understand what you're saying for your situation, but there's 4 of us here on the table right now, and each one of us had a different experience with
Yeah.
that because we all went to different places.
and we all should have
And
took
so
different classes.
Us knowing 4 out of 4.
Mhm.
I mean, think of how many kids actually go through the districts. I'm sure some of them get caught, and what your situation was got fixed. You just happened to slip by because you were number whatever in line, and they weren't able to get to you in time.
It's an interesting theory. I don't think I buy it, but it's got some merit.
Well, I mean, dude, when there's how many kids do you think a year go through 4th grade?
What, in Fresno? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, dude. I don't know.
Hundreds of thousands, you think?
No.
You don't think hundreds of thousands?
No.
No way.
No,
Dude,
'cause
bro, there's only like fucking
There's only like
what 200,000 or 300,000 people in Fresno total,
There's a half
No.
million. There's 500.
What?
or maybe it's
600.
500.
600,000.
Oh,
5
you're
or 6.
old, dude. Like, this is like back in the day. No, it's 2022. No, there's a lot more people now. No,
Back what I remember.
no,
So
thousands.
in-
There's
in,
thousands.
Pay
in
attention when you-
Fresno County.
Pay attention when you
Fresno.
jump on the freeway tonight.
Thousands.
Look at the sign right there.
All I gotta do is look at Google.
Google it.
Motherfucking Google.
So anyway, in general,
y'all keep
their
talking. I'm gonna see
policy
how many
of,
people we
of
got.
making all the students take all these same classes, that obviously aren't helpful to all those students, I think is a stupid policy. They need to cater that education path better for every student.
Well, first off, very, very first off, if you're a teacher, I mean, thank you for everything, because most teachers don't get taken care of.
I had a few excellent teachers that I'm
You
very
know,
thankful for.
and the problem is,
Miss French.
I don't think teachers get paid what they deserve.
Holy.
You know,
The good ones, you're probably right. You're
and
probably
I
right.
don't think they get the backing like they should. Most of
And they
them.
spend a lot of their own money fixing their classroom. I have a lot
Yeah.
of teacher friends.
The bad ones get paid too much. The good ones don't get paid enough.
Yeah, well, I mean, there should definitely be some kind of.
I think if
accountability.
they got paid more in general, it would attract a lot more good teachers.
That's
I
and that's
think
what
if
I was
they got
getting
paid
to.
based on what they bring to the table and how well they perform their job,
Oh, well, that goes for a lot of things.
yeah, it should be for everything.
Yeah, holy
You know
shit.
what stops that a lot is
86,000.
unions.
How many?
786.
No wonder I get so
Fuck,
annoyed
dude,
getting going down the
3/4 of
road
a
and
million
shit
now.
around here. 786,000 fucking people in Fresno.
Be a million pretty soon.
That's in Fresno City, right?
No, yes.
The current metro area population of Fresno in 2022 is 786,000.
What
Because
about,
the county's over a million.
that's what I was going to say. What is the county?
Over a million.
Oh,
Because that's what I'm talking about. So we could be talking about hundreds of thousands of kids. You know,
No, I still don't.
what do you-
no, that's still
Not for
no.
fourth grade. No.
No.
you don't think so?
No.
One-
I mean, in Fresno County, because Fresno County is.
So that's 1/12 of the children, of the school-age children in Fresno County.
I would say more like under like the teens of thousands, but not the hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
Fresno County has just a hair over a million. It's 1,020,550.
So for a million people, how many of those
Okay, what was
school-age
the
kids?
point,
And then it's
though?
1/12 of those
Well,
school-age kids.
how many teachers do you think are per kid on that?
There's like
Not enough?
One.
I'm going to say on average, probably about 1 per 100
1 per 100?
on
Yeah.
average.
And that gets to the point of where some kids might slip through.
Oh,
One
Maybe,
per
maybe 1 per
100.
50.
What are you
but,
talking about?
Closer, yeah, 1 per 40.
One per 30. Kenny's is one. There's 29 kids in his class. There's one teacher.
Well, I was
There's a lot
thinking like
more
an
overloaded
overall, like an
classes.
average.
Yeah, an average is going to be about 1 to 40.
Maybe a little lower.
1 to 30.
How would we do that? Teacher to student ratio.
So yeah, more teachers would definitely be better. There's enough facility. There was more facility at Central High than what we were using.
And Fresno County.
You know, so they're hire more teachers, put more classes on the schedule, and
Wow.
evaluate these kids and decide what classes they should be taking, and don't just give everybody the same amount of requirements that say, no, if you don't pass this fucking class, you can't graduate high school.
This seems a little optimistic.
What do you get, Art?
Oh, okay. No, that's a little better. That's still a little,
You want to tell the people?
maybe.
Tell us
I'm
mainly.
thinking about it here. The suspend 25.2 students per teacher is the Fresno County average.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so that's a little lower than I thought, but still,
A lot lower than I thought.
apparently that's considered.
I don't know
kinda
how
high.
you guys thought 40, 50. Like, what the fuck are you guys
Because
thinking?
back when
Yeah,
I was
because
in
from
fucking school, I remember
experience,
the classes being like 30 deep, 35 deep.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's 30, 35. You guys were saying 50.
And
like,
then
But that's just here. I
Yeah,
can't
that was
imagine what
just
it's like
central.
over in fucking
Fresno High.
Sacramento or San Francisco or LA, where the population
It's
densities are even higher.
California's all going to be the same.
No.
I mean,
I'm sure I told you guys
I don't
about
know.
Brucey having to sit on the shelf along the wall because they didn't have any fucking.
but we also determined at that
He was like the elf on the shelf.
but we also determined that was secondhanded.
It was still true.
But it was secondhanded as in you weren't there. Remember we talked
Yeah.
about that night.
Does that make it not true? Does that not make it a valid piece of information about this point?
It's 50% true. Could be 50% a lie.
Plausible.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's possible that Brucey was lying to me. It's possible that we're all lying to each other right now.
We could be in a simulation.
I feel like the
Yeah,
Matrix.
well,
That's
yeah,
what I was
exactly.
thinking of.
No, I have no reason to doubt him on this. It's not some. Brucey's not a liar for one, and this.
And
is,
it was high school,
yes.
and there was 50 people in the classroom.
I don't know how many people there were in the classroom, but they didn't have enough seating.
I know, but that's what I was trying to get. My whole point of this conversation was the 50. It's okay. Move on.
I would, yeah. Well,
Let's move on.
how
Move
about-
on.
Well, we can move on, or we might be able to call that an episode too. We're sitting a little over an hour.
Hmm?
So I don't know if we want to go run along or if we want to call it here. It's up to you guys. If you're in a talking mood, you got something you got to get off your chest.
Well, are you done with your subject?
Oh, I'm never done.
Well, what else you want to say about it?
The gears grind constantly.
Yeah, well, I just have more examples of the way the system fails, and
Well, everybody knows the system's failed.
The-
The
Yeah,
system's
I mean,
failed
that's-
us
you're
all.
kind of preaching to the choir with that.
100%. But I mean, like,
well, then it just really upsets me that they still force this same broken system upon everybody. Knows it's broken. Everybody in this room agrees that it's broken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But why do we keep forcing this fucking same system, on people when fucking 4 out of 4 people know it's broken?
But I want to say it has kind of changed. So I think there's been an uptick in like homeschooling and shit and getting away from the
It's because of the safety
institutionalized
reason. Well, it's
thing.
because people are scared to put their kids in school because of all the mass shootings they've
It
had.
kind of
That,
highlights my
and I
point
think
is
those-
that
some of
public
it
school is so frowned upon that people are flooding to homeschooling.
But I think some of it has to do with a bit of the institutionalization too, where there's these teachers that are wanting to impose their own personal beliefs and thoughts onto the kids. And
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
that's
that's
that's always been
terrible.
a
Dude,
reason
that's
for
fucking-
homeschooling, though.
you know.
But what I'm saying is now it's because of the safety reason.
Yeah, which
It's because I've talked to a lot of people that are homeschooling their kids because they're afraid to put them
I
in
can't
school
blame them
because of shootings.
You can't blame them.
Yeah, it's one more thing to add to the list, and it's a fucking serious thing.
Right.
That wasn't really a thing like in our generation,
It actually was.
and not until later.
we had Columbine.
But that was later.
Columbine was like the 3rd or 4th fucking.
Yeah, but how old were we
newsworthy-
for
I was,
Columbine, though?
you
That's the
weren't
thing.
in school during Columbine.
I don't think it was too far after though.
That's the
What was Columbine like?
I don't know,
Like
look it up.
late 90s.
97 ish.
Yeah. I graduated well, I didn't graduate, but I was supposed to graduate in 97.
Yeah.
Still, I was supposed to graduate in 97, so that would put me right about
But that was
time.
our thing in elementary school. What I'm saying is we did not grow up in that era of having
No, we had fire drills and earthquake
Yeah.
drills.
earthquake drills.
And fucking Cold War nuclear fucking attack drills.
Yeah, maybe art did.
I never had that.
Probably you, not us.
We
If
didn't
you
have
hear
that.
the horn siren going off, kiss your ass goodbye, because there
put
ain't
your head
nothing you
between
can
your
do.
legs, kiss your ass goodbye.
So I know Kenny is very
I do remember the earthquake drills.
conscious about how many bad cops there are that out there abusing fucking people and just
Wow, that
taking
was a fucking hop on the tracks. How do we go from school to bad cops?
unions.
Union.
Yep.
What schools?
Teachers work for unions that protect them from being removed from their job for not doing their job.
You kind of lost me here. I'm sorry.
I just spelled it out. Fuck. Did you guys understand that?
Go ahead. What do you want to talk
Yeah.
about, though?
Hit it.
That's another thing that just perpetuates this thing and needs to change is that the unions protect people from not doing their job and still get to keep their position. We see it with other union positions, examples like cops, and it's for such important things like cops and teachers. Like, come on, man, how about some fucking accountability?
I think there's been more accountability lately.
You think so?
I think there's a lot more stuff that's happened that kind of brought some more things into view that
Like
really was,
like everybody having videos, cameras in their
yeah,
pocket.
well, definitely.
Yeah.
And that's the shitty thing about, kind of going back to this new generation we got. Somebody would rather pull out their phone and record it
Then help.
than help or call or
Ain't lying.
do anything else.
Ain't lying.
That happens a lot.
You know?
Yeah, a lot.
It's like, I'd
Not
rather
gonna
see
lie,
this
man.
dude die, and I
It
can get the
kinda
video
depends
of it.
on what's happening,
Okay,
but
look,
I might
on the
be
deeper
inclined to be
level,
one of those people
here's
that'd
what I'm
rather pull
saying.
out my phone and
When
fucking
you
get
have
involved.
a fucking
Hey,
12 years of school, okay, and if you take that time to teach people those
how
things,
to take a good video and to put that shit in fucking landscape.
or how to fucking stand up for your fellow man, how to fucking do the right thing. But okay, we let media teach the kids, and then that's what you fucking get.
Well, on the same No, I don't really think that's up to the school to teach. I think that should be to the parents to teach.
It should be
School should be teaching you about
every
how
adult
to prosper
in their
life.
life. Every adult
Your
in their
attitude
life
and the way
should be
you
giving
act
them an
during
example for
life
that.
should be on your parents to teach you what's respectable and what's not respectable.
Every adult associated with their life should be giving them a positive example about.
I don't know. I think school should teach you the basic foundations. You know, how to read, how to write, how to do math, all that kind of good shit, and then offer what I would call like feeler classes in the different areas of the world. You know, like I guess you could say higher education, like, but shit that would kind of just linger into certain specialties, whatever it may be, mechanical or scientific or, you know, a written type thing, whatever it may be, but just offer these kind of feeler classes as the electoral classes and allow kids to find that groove that they really like and give them the fundamentals to where when it comes down to it, they know 1 + 1 is 2, and they know how to write their ABCs, and they know how to fucking do their checkbooks and how to live a life, you know, how to integrate with society, but then offer them these classes that they've chosen, make electorals, you know, truly what they should be. It's something that gives you that little bit more specialized education into something that you are actually genuinely interested in, and help them propel into their shit.
Like
Yeah, no,
like college.
100%.
Like college, yeah. I think with college is that's
Vocational
where
classes.
you take it that
You're
next
talking about
level.
Vocational
Well,
classes.
I know. I'm
You
just
know,
saying.
that's where you can say, fuck the
College
math.
prep
I know all the math
classes.
I need to know. I just want to focus on this.
Mm-hmm.
Where with high school and even junior high, I think it should be a situation where they embed those fundamentals, but still have these other ones. You know, make it to where, hey, look, history is one of those things.
But that they have electives. That's the whole reason for that.
Not enough.
You got to look at what electives are offered,
Like
though.
no.
But
Let
do
me
you guys
touch on
really,
what you're saying.
do you guys really know though what's going on in 2022 for electives?
I
for
talking
middle
about
school?
my
I
experience.
can't say that I do.
That's why I'm saying these are hard to
But
kind of
like
talk
Art said,
about.
if you know enough math, if I come into 8th grade knowing algebra and geometry and fucking, you know, all that shit, why are you still going to make me take 4 years of math in high school when I could use that time doing something that's going to teach me something I don't already know?
I think that's
we're just
fair.
gonna,
I think by
every
high
kid
school,
has to take 4 years of math.
Yeah, I think by high school you've pretty much figured out in your life if you're going to pursue something that's going to require more advanced math than beyond the basics, or if you're going to not need much more than that and be proficient with that and be able to, you know, when you enter into high school, you take an entry exam and to basically see, oh, well, you know what, he's at X
Like they do
level
in
for
college.
math. You know what, done, doesn't need to mess with math. You're good on that subject. English, writing, comprehension. Okay, you know what, you're at a level 3. We need you at level 4 before we can consider you proficient. So you got to take at least this much of that before you qualify.
Yes.
And then the rest of their time that they got to be there, like you said, it's like, oh, well, you're really interested in thermodynamics or whatever. Okay, well, fucking load up on these science classes and load up on these physics
Exactly.
classes and load up on these.
Exactly.
Yeah. But that kind of lends itself towards college. That's kind of what college is supposed to be for.
Yeah, but they could also
Dude,
be
we
in
do
other
not need
classes.
an excuse to waste time with our children's education. Oh, that's what college is for. Fuck that. They've got this time now. Put it to,
Yeah.
we're forcing them to go to school. Let's make the fucking school the best it can be.
Well, then homeschool.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sorry, that's the answer.
Yeah.
If you don't like what the education system is doing, then homeschool your
So
kid.
I just heard about something that I really like about that now they're saying that if you homeschool your kid, they're going to give you the money that you would have spent on public school on your taxes back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You get
And-
the attendance credit.
Yeah. Which I really like. I mean, that's my argument.
You better not be tardy, you little fucker.
We're all having fucking taxes taken out of our paycheck for this fucked up public school system that's not teaching anybody shit. And I don't even have kids. How the fuck are those taxes coming out of my check?
Thank you.
right.
You're
Kenny
buying
appreciates
Kenny
it.
lunch
Welcome.
every day.
Right.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Kenny's enjoying those Cocoa Puffs he has in the morning.
No, but Art's
Yeah.
Art's little description there is yeah, my utopia. And yeah, you can continue that on into college if you want, but don't waste the time that we've got right here in this school that everybody's already paying for.
Not only that, but life's too goddamn short.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have friends that didn't live past high school.
Right.
You know, I mean, need to get everybody educated and out there and start living their life. You know, I get that.
Yeah.
Just give them a jump start so they're better at things before they go out into the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Speaking of wasting time, we're sitting there at about an hour and 30 minutes now, so I think we've done pretty good here.
Oh.
We call this an episode, and
Episode 13 down in the rabbit hole.
yeah, I guess that's kind of appropriate, huh? Hour and 30 minutes long, episode 13.
Yeah.
All right.
Cut it before we go to another minute.
We'll call it good. All right.
Till
you
next
guys,
time. Burst some time.
Find us over there on all the usual spots, Spotify, Google, Apple, you know, all those good spots. Thanks for listening. See you next week.